You'll let me know. I'm not at Mons today. So I'm going to be heading to my second trip in Japan real soon, and I decided I wanted to record something real quick just because I haven't done it in a while. So this is going to be a more unscripted video like the ones I did previously. So very quickly, for those of you who are new, this is my Japan travel series where I talk about my first experience traveling to Japan. And today is just going to be a brief overview of my uneventful days of day 7. The Latte story will come more towards the end of this video. I can't speak much on my morning since it was taken up by my finalizations of my plans. It was quite the hotel wall view experience, you might say. Though, after spending a week in that hotel, it did feel bittersweet that it was the last full morning I was going to be there. That hotel was essentially my first home in Japan, so it does have some sentimental value in it. But oh well, I'll get sentimental after I eat something. For lunch, I went to a place called Menya Kokoro in Shinjuku's Kabukicho. I figured I should give Japanese ramen another shot considering my first lackluster experience. The whole reason I ended up finding Menya Kokoro to begin with is because I found it as one of the highest rated ramen places in Shinjuku. So first of all, Menya Kokoro had this ramen ordering machine that I admittedly had trouble using. I forgot exactly what I struggled with. I believe it was the order of when to press your order and when to pay. With a little bit of time spent, I did eventually figure it out. And after having the ramen, I gotta say, I don't think I need to go back there on my next trip to Japan. It's a pretty cool vibe though, if that's what you're in for. Take a date there or something. After that underwhelming lunch, my evening was filled with micro explorations of Shinjuku. I stumbled upon the famous Omoide Yokocho while taking a bit of time to try to snap a photo with no one at the entrance. And it's pretty insane because I didn't actually know this place existed and I came across it completely by accident. When I went inside that narrow hallway, I was stunned. There had to be at least 50 restaurants in Omoide Yokocho. The next thing I did was checking out my first Japanese department store. There's a lot of cool things in them, and I believe they warrant at least one visit. Later on, however, I found a gaming store nearby that was Akihabara quality. I specifically recall they had the cheapest plushies I've seen so far. They were also the one place I've seen advertising Xbox products. And I actually do remember having a weird experience outside that gaming store. When I left that store, I decided it was time to make my way back to my hotel. While walking back, I was doing the tourist thing of looking up at the buildings instead of what was in front of me. I was so distracted that I accidentally collided with a Japanese guy chest first. I bowed in place and said sorry in that moment. In that moment though, he looked like he was calculating every choice he could make in the span of like 3 seconds. Just giving me the blankest stare. And after those 3 seconds, he just placed his hand on my chest and gently pushed me to the side as he kept walking in that direction where he was going. He didn't say a damn word to me. I still wonder how he felt to this day. Hey man, if you remember me by any chance, I'll buy you a coffee. My treat. Speaking of coffees, how about we get to the latte addiction story that I put on my thumbnail. Before I came to Japan, I really only drank black coffee occasionally. I never had a reason to get anything fancier. On this night, however, it was getting cold and drinking something warm felt right. Japanese 7-Elevens have these cool looking latte machines that serve around 10 ounces of coffee. Once I got my cup, I drank it outside the konbini as the cold Shinjuku night persisted. Upon finishing the latte and reflecting on the taste, I was determined to try it again, a different night, and so the next evening I did. And I did it again. And I did it again in the next evening. And when I left Japan, I looked for something similar back home. Once I realized my own local 7-Elevens had latte machines, I became the addict I'm known as today. Well, because one little 10-ounce drink that I had in a foreign country. And like I said, I wanted this to be a shorter video, and that's going to conclude my day 7 of my first trip to Japan. My second trip to Japan is just around the corner, so that might muddy my memories of this series. This could be my last video in this format, and I'll see what creative direction I take from here. Anyways, today's lesson is one that the doctor told me. If you want to drink more coffee, drink more water. Thanks for stopping by. Don't get lost out there. Johnny.